Okay, thanks for everybody for staying, and thanks to the fans for coming out, man. What a great crowd on a Wednesday night. You know, I'm not sure how many were out there, but it felt like a lot. I thought the players fed off that. We got some good work done today. We did a little short yardage work, a little 2-minute work. So good day, good block, right? We go in these 3-4 day blocks. So that's kind of step 2, and look forward to get going here. Day off tomorrow, and then come back to work the next day.
What do you think of Rice and the hurry up drill there at the end?
And the 2-minute drill, I thought he was great. You know, we moved the ball. He moved the ball right down the field. Good, you know, good decision making. You know, the whole way down the field. And then the last play, something I did to him put him in a bad spot. So, but it was good. It was good for me, right? I told him, I said that was my fault with what I did. I told him to do something I shouldn't have told him to do. So, he did a great job though the whole practice.
Can you expand on that at all?
Not really. I will on a Sunday during the season. No, you know, you get in those situations at the end, and you know you got 15 seconds left. So what do you want to do? You want to take a shot into the end zone? Well, that's what the defense is going to do. You know, so sometimes it's just good. Take your medicine, kick the field goal with 15 seconds to go, but then you got to kick off. But in this situation, sometimes what you find is, man, I feel like we're in midseason form right now. This is good stuff. You know. Sometimes you want to see, is the defense going to screw it up? I wanted to see what our defense was going to do. So I said, hey, let's just go out there, let's just run 4 verts, see if the defense plays the wrong coverage, and then we'll throw it away. And then they got a pretty good rush, and I put them in a hard position. So we all learned from it.
From a coaching standpoint, is there like an aspect of let's make our mistakes now so we can correct them?
Oh, man, 100%. I mean, like that's what Josh McCown and I were saying out there. I was so glad that situation came up. I've been in that situation many times in my career as a player and a coach. I was coaching, I'm not going to give names, but I was coaching a really good player in a very similar situation with very similar results, you know what I mean? And so you're just reminded, I'm reminded that's me as a play caller. You know, how do you put the quarterback in the best position in those moments, you know, that are, you don't have a whole lot to gain, but you could lose a whole lot. So that's good for us all to go through, especially for me as a play caller.
Balance giving him a lot but not giving him too much?
It is a balance, and you know, I would like to think that first of all there's going to be the temptation to give him a lot because he can handle a lot. He's really smart and it's easy for him, but just because it's easy for him, he's smart, that doesn't mean it's what's best for him or what's best for the team. So you know, we got to figure out what is that fine balance, you know, in our offense. And we'll pare it down. We're in install mode right now, so that's the other thing. We're just running plays. You know, we're not game planning. We're just running our base offense. You know, not game planning at all. So I think it's going well on both sides.
Frank, can you feel the optimism out there tonight from the fans in the building?
Without question. I mean, you know, I've felt it for months, and you know, I love that, right? I mean, I love it. Listen, I understand it's a long season, and you know, we want to put our optimism on the process. You know, yes, we all want immediate results, and we're planning on, you know, that's what we're all hoping for and working towards. But I also know as a coach that, you know, my job is to kind of keep us focused on the play-by-play execution, getting better, and then the results will follow.
Frank, what have you seen from Terrace Marshall this camp, and what does he bring to the room that's maybe a little bit different?
I mean, he's explosive. He's good versus press coverage. He can get vertical down the field. He's a skilled route runner. He's got good hands. He's got all the skill. I mean, he's got all the skill you need. It's just a question of opportunity, and then getting the experience and making the plays that count in a game.
Frank, another pick for Camus today. I mean, Shaq said something the other day, like the way he's playing, we've got to put him on the field on defense. I mean, can you find a spot where he's also in that mix with Shaq and Frankie?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, I mean, we'll talk that through. EJ is going to be running the show on the defense, but. This is why we have training camp. You know, guys that make plays, like you said, Darren, they catch your eye, and you find ways to get them on the field. And that's just it. We don't have, you know, we can have role players. You know, it doesn't have to be tradish, right? I mean, you can bring guys in to play specialized roles. You know, we do that on offense all the time. Defense does that. So, you know, we'll look to utilize all the talent we have on our roster.
It's your first time back in the stadium with a crowd. Is that something you take a moment to be conscious of? And if so, what were your thoughts in that moment?
Just that this is good for us as a team, you know, because it does feel different. And so everything felt a little bit more, this felt a little bit like a game. What we did kind of beforehand the time in the locker room, the whole deal. It just felt a little bit like we were getting ready for a preseason game, which is another step of preparation. So, and then coming out to a stadium that's probably, there was some energy in the stadium, and so that's again another box that needs to be checked in the process to get ready for the season. Okay, thanks everybody.